big thank you to YoFrosty for today's deck list. I have lots of deck ideas, but Pixelborn is still very limited on the cards it has available from Into the Inklands. So, I present to you an Emerald and Ruby deck, Thrill Seeker. This deck features several new cards all at once, which is why I've chosen to play it today. Before we jump into those new cards, let's give a quick summary of this deck. We are a mid-range deck featuring several abilities that can make interacting with us a bit tricky, either by stealing lore, being evasive, or with banish effects built into the characters. But let's look at the new cards we're going to be test driving today. Milo Thatch, Clever Cartographer. Morph, Space Goo, Jim Hawkins, Thrill Seeker. Lyle Tiberius Rourke, Cunning Mercenary. Prince Eric, Expert Helmsman. Jim Hawkins, Space Traveler. Robin Hood, Daydreamer. Milo Thatch, King of Atlantis. And Agrabah, Marketplace. Since we've already talked about Morph in yesterday's video, and Clever Cartographer and Thrill Seeker are fairly generic, cheap characters, we'll skip right over them. But it is notable that all three of these characters have 1 and 2 willpower, making them fairly weak to damage cards. Jumping into Rourke, we have a 3-drop, uninkable, 2 strength and 4 willpower character. Rourke's ability triggers when you play him, giving an opposing character reckless during their next turn. But Rourke also steals lore from your opponents, so as long as Rourke is safe, you can fairly confidently quest with your own characters to get way ahead on lore. Prince Eric, Expert Helmsman is fairly straightforward. When he's banished, you get to banish any other character in play, except warded characters of course. He's a solid quester who always gets to remove the biggest threat in play. Jim Hawkins, Space Traveler is a 5-drop with 4 strength and willpower. When Jim enters play, you may play a location from hand for free with cost 4 or less. Additionally, Jim may move to a location for free when he comes into play. A solid character for sure. We'll see how good locations turn out to be. Robin Hood is a generic 4/5 character, but he quests for 4, and that's all there is to him. Milo Thatch, King of Atlantis is a 7-drop, uninkable, 4 strength and willpower who quests for 3 and can shift out on 4. Milo is brutal. His ability is a one-sided board wipe for your opponent when Milo is banished. And lastly, Agrabah Marketplace, a 3-drop location with 5 willpower and 2 lore. We just want to try locations, and we don't have many great options just yet on Pixelborn, so Agrabah will work. But that's the deck. Let's jump in and see if we can't win a few. Amber, Amethyst. All right. This deck is brought to us by a member on the Discord, someone named YoFrosty. So half the challenge of this particular deck is going to be deciding how do you play the deck. Should be relatively fun to figure out. It's a very low curve. Okay. I'll keep the Milo. Keep the new cards. Try them out. Interesting. Interesting hand. So Milo doesn't work with Teeth and Ambitions. And now I really wish I had a card that worked with Teeth and Ambitions. Might be sacrificing Milo just to take out this Lilo here. We will see. Almost anticipate the opponent either going wider and doing nothing or playing Simba and questing. Okay, there goes a LeFou. Simba and questing it is. Okay. So they're not going to let me get through that so easily. Effectively, I'll just be trading my board. Let's sit back like this and see how the opponent reacts. Because they quest, they'll lose their board. Currently as it stands. Got a Lilo. We're going to see a Fox. There goes a Snake, so we know they have bouncing. A Queen. and a shift queen. Okay, not so bad. Pretty good too. Ooh, I want to play it all. Let's see. Jim trades with Simba, and then Milo attacks Lilo. Then Milo deals two damage to the queen via teeth. I don't think so. I need to catch up. Ideally, I'd like to keep Milo. I just don't think that's gonna happen. That way I can have big Milo early. And the location's not going to be the strongest thing, not with a queen out. The only problem, as of the time of this recording, is all the locations we got, with a few exceptions, they don't do anything. And when you just look at them as something that just sits on the board and does nothing and gets attacked immediately, they're not that great. Now, I could play my Milo and attack, but I think we're questing. If things get too chaotic, I can then just attack his queen, force the board wipe on his side. It's a one-sided board wipe. Should have quested with Lilo first. Yeah, that Milo is brutal. Oh no, I really wanted to play the location too. Didn't have much of a choice here, did I? Alright, so I'm getting a feel for the deck. It feels very mid-rangey. Like the setup turns are super important. Okay, well, unless you got a Simba. Okay, Snake works. Not a goat. Alright, that'll say goodbye to the Maleficent, most likely. Ooh, Snake. Okay. Well, if anything's gonna bounce, it's gonna be the goat. Depends on how much I can get this turn, right? I can see 3. Oh, we're gonna go for the attack. Okay. Yeah, I'll take the goat too. No bounce in that. Okay, so only 2 lore this turn. Alright, now they'll sacrifice that Maleficent. Ooh, what do you do? Whenever this character is banished, you may banish chosen character. Ooh, interesting. See, I go to 16. They're only on plus 18 here. I'm gonna take him down to 17 by playing a Tremaine. Let's do it. Just a really solid core group of mid-range characters. And of course, the Lady Tremaine should be able to shift out with our Morph if we're so lucky to get them. So an early Tremaine is also huge. It's a lot of tempo. Might be a trade, but I'm currently still sitting on victory. Yeah, getting frustrated. They should have quested with the queen, that way they didn't lose their fox. And that's all their points. Alright, got a good feel for the deck. Should be able to run strong with this now. Amber Steel. Going second again. Alright. I wish this Jim was a shift. He just feels like he's meant to be. And yet he's not. A lot of 1-drops. I'm gonna do it again, aren't I? Let's try that. I probably should have got rid of Lady Tremaine. I knew I was gonna get a Teeth and Ambitions. Dang it. Giving up the 1-3s. Of course I was gonna get a Teeth. Oh no, and another aggro deck. Woe is me. Oh, I would love to play you, Robin Hood. Wait, what's all of other play a location for 4 or less for free. Whenever you play a location, this character may move there for free. Ah, okay. That's the other ability. Well, I got a Milo Thatch just in case I need to sacrifice it. And Tremaine is a shift on 4, right? Yes, shift on 4. Gotta be careful with this particular opponent. Steel, it's the damage dealing color. And Morph only has 1 toughness. There goes the cannons. Ooh, a little bit of a combo there. With Jim into the Agrabah. Gonna try to preserve some of my pieces. Like, Morph is a great target to play next turn. Leading into a turn 4 Tremaine, turn 5 Jim Hawkins with a free location. Yes, please. Trying to get a feel for the locations. On the surface, like, locations like this one, there's almost no point in moving your characters to them unless your character has a special ability that cares about that. Right, because then you're just spending resources to move to a location for largely nothing. Come on, deck. Keep drawing ink. I don't want to ink the Robin Hood. I actually would like to play him. I think that'd be really cool. A 4/5 quest for 4. Come on. He just eats removal, but still pretty cool. Gonna take out Morph. Gonna take out Morph. Alright, turns off my Lady Tremaine play. And yeah, now I need a 4-drop. Alright, well, that's kind of a 4-drop. It's also the ink I need. I should have inked Robin Hood. Yeah, I should have inked Robin Hood. Then Jim's set up to play a second location. Well, that's what these are all about. Learning. This is only my 3rd day, and we're still very limited. Like, there's been no additions to the card pool. So many Jim Hawkins. I need to deal with that beast. Opponent's gonna just draw their way out of this. Makes things a little challenging. Alright, opponent is way ahead on pieces. This is definitely going to be a struggle thing. I'm going to very much struggle to figure out how to make these locations be effective. I've had my doubts about them. Some of them look super cool though. The Pirates deck looks fantastic. just go for it here. I did manage to play a Robin Hood though, so you know, at the very least, I feel pretty accomplished. That Captain Hook there has Challenger 5 or 5 attack power because of his Challenger 3. So he gets to pretty much just take anything off the board here. Yep, there it goes. I will take it. Damage on the beast. Opponent's already drawn their way to victory, probably. Oh, man. Oh, no! Oh, that's definitely a nail in the coffin, for sure. We're not going to recover from that, I think. This deck doesn't have the tricks. All I could hope for is our board wipe. There's only 2 in the deck. That's not it. Do I even stand a chance here? They go to, see, I go to 12. They go straight up to 16. If they just quest with everything, instead of attacking. And then, yeah, I mean, at best, I'm gaining +2. So I have to attack. And I can only take out the bodyguards. I think the game is over, but for the sake of the video, I will finish it. The opponent has won the game. I'm way too far behind on the race, and there's nothing I can do about it. The fact I have to attack means I didn't quest, which also puts me really far behind. So all my options keep me really far behind my opponent. Swords, not good for me. But you're banished. So I will banish Beast. That's pretty cool. Opponent probably wasn't thinking that was gonna happen. Alright, opponent, go wide. And deck, give me a be prepared. Yes, go wide. Now give me a be prepared. That's not it. That's not it, deck. Oh no. Well. Let's give them a reason to not quest, I suppose. Of course, their Captain Hook gets to just defeat it. Okay, so Challenger still works against locations. Interesting. It's just while attacking. Yeah, while challenging. Yep. Okay. Alright, even if I get to be prepared, I am so dead. Oh, man. Alright, deck. Give me a be prepared. It would just be so sweet. Ah, you butt. Alright. Let's not drag that out.